Previously on Chef School.
We're so happy with the flavor of each. It's more so the plating and the execution of it.
Just the way that she delivers that leadership.
You get this energy in the kitchen,
Yeah.
like for sure. You can feel it. If you come in, you can feel the passion. You can feel the excitement of wanting to make this dish the best that it can be.
The dish that we're running right now, our main idea, it's a honey glazed duck breast with a potato and parsnip puree that's smoked with maple chips, as well as frisee salad with a lemon ginger vinaigrette and pickled carrot ribbons. Our concept for the menu is kind of that Michelin star, fresh, seasonal ingredients, right? We started with this like duck roulade dish, and you know, it was fairly complex, and so we've kind of scaled it back and refined it a lot. We've come up with dishes of like a confit cod. We've come up with a harissa glazed lamb loin. There's been a lot of strong ideas, but we're mainly going to stick with the glazed duck. Our vegan option is going to be a king oyster mushroom glazed with that same honey, with the parsnip and potato puree, as well as the frisee salad and pickled carrots.
Because we want this dish to be vegan, so that means no animal byproducts.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
We couldn't use milk or butter in our potato and parsnip puree. So we had come up with coconut milk. Coconut milk has a lot of fat, which we need in that dish for making it taste amazing and to add the texture to it as well.
The vegan demi that Josh and Elisa created it's new. In terms of something that we see in the industry, in the world, we're seeing a lot of movement towards plant-based diet. It's our job in the restaurant industry and in the food business to adapt as well. And I mean, in terms of classical techniques, we're talking about putting broccoli and beets in a stock. I mean, any classical French chef would have just rolled over at that point. But those techniques are becoming more accepted because people are enjoying them. When you tried that sauce, it wasn't about whether it was plant-based or meat-based, it's just good. And when you put things that are just good on the plate, you can't really argue with that. And the flavor was there, the texture of it with the xanthan gum was just really, really neat. And it was something that I haven't had a lot of experience with. And again, I got really excited about it because I get to learn new things with our students too. And I mean, that's why I'm here too.
We're kind of like balancing, like it's right in between. If we were to call it a demi, then people would expect like a thick, almost like a gravy, right? We're making a jus that's like just slightly thickened so that it's not water on the plate, right? We need to have just a tiny little bit of body, and especially since we don't really have any fat, we're not getting that mouthfeel of that like richness. So that's why we're working with xanthan gum to bring that to the table. So I would say it's more closer to a jus than a demi. We've had so many ideas about plating, like how we're gonna cut the duck, how we're gonna spread the puree, how we're gonna plate the salad. So it's really kind of just talking about it. Well, let's try it. You know, let's experiment. Let's see what looks good and what doesn't, because we really don't know what it's gonna look like until we actually plate it, right?
I liked it.
we're still looking to, kind of fine tune the plating, because I mean, all of our elements taste amazing. It's just like getting it nice and tight, right?
We basically want to look at the plate and say, that's it. Like, we want the guests to look at the plate as well and just be like, wow, that is an amazing plate.
I think teamwork's everything. I mean, the industry that we're in, it's one team, one dream, right? So, constantly talking with each other and bouncing ideas back and forth, that's like so important. And I think our communication has really been like super important throughout this whole journey, really. The past 2 years have been such an amazing experience. You can see the growth from day one all the way up to the end of the year. It's incredible how much we've been able to learn and understand, and it's complex concepts that we're working with, and it really gives me some confidence to say, when graduation comes, that I'm prepared, I'm ready to go for the career, right? I've had so much fun. It's been incredible. Lots of great relationships with students. I think the faculty has been amazing, especially through COVID. It's been an incredible learning curve to figure out how we can continue on with the education and still be in a safe environment, right? Yeah, I'm like completely happy with everything that we've learned, and it's been an amazing experience. Yeah.
It's been an awesome journey.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some ups and downs through the way, but it's been great.
Both Josh and Elisa are incredibly talented students. They're very driven. They're both very hardworking. And so to have them together on a mains team is a very exciting thing. I think that they're a unique combination because they're both really passionate about food. They have combined a lot of global influences in their life experience with food and their knowledge of it. And so watching their dishes take shape and evolve has just been incredible. I think, both of them have this unique capacity to focus on a task and remove their egos from the equation. And frankly, that's a very difficult, that's a very unique trait. So for both of them to have that is remarkable. And that's one of the things that can be a really hindering, like the ego can really hinder the development of a chef in a creative capacity. Because if you don't have the space to look at what you're doing and say, how can I make this better? How can I improve? You'll never grow and you'll never evolve. And so for both of them to have that in them is remarkable. And then, clearly we saw that manifest in what they were able to accomplish on the plate. So very, very cool stuff.
I really just love watching them work together. They have great communication and great energy, and it's about making the thing the best.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters in that moment. And I mean, that's the best part about cooking for me, is that ability to just kind of dive in and be in that creative moment for that period of time. So it's really great to watch them work together. And again, it's about striving for that next thing. And they're always, I love the banter that they have with each other in the kitchen. It's really a great energy to watch.
And they're also both very reliable. So they know that the other one's going to, they don't have to worry about, is that person going to be there? Is that person going to have done their work? Yeah, exactly. They both bring their A game all the time. I can't say enough great things about them, both professionally and as people. They're both also very gentle people. And, we have this sort of stereotypical notion of the Gordon Ramsay chef. We know that neither of them would ever choose to be that, nor would they want to. And I feel like the two of them are a really great representation of the future of culinary. So I think this generation of cooks, this generation of students that are coming up through the system, they have a different sense of self-respect. They have a different sense of what they deserve. And I think in Josh and Elisa, they embody the best of that. I would imagine we're going to see this dish on a menu at some point in the paid world, and that you know, it will make its debut and people will appreciate it because it's that good.